Hello, welcome to my first vlog on my Road to 900 series. As I mentioned in my introductory video, I am on the path to trying to achieve a 900 rating in disc golf by the end of the year, and I'm going to give you an update about weekly on how that's going. So I've been in earnest doing this without recording it necessarily for about a month and a half, so I want to give a little bit of update on that. I want to talk about how I've been practicing, my tournament schedule, and then I'm going to do a little bit of film breakdown of when I recorded myself at the beginning of this process back in February. I will be recording, and I have changed my throwing a bit in my practice a bit since then, but I figure that's a good starting point. So first of all, the weather has finally gotten warm. It's actually interesting in the video, it's just barely starting to snow, and now we're past the snowy period of the winter, and it's finally become spring, although it has been quite windy. I know if you watch the introductory video, one of my goals was to lose some weight. Since I started, I've lost about 8 pounds. That happened fairly quickly over the first couple of weeks, and then the next couple of weeks since then, I've kind of leveled off. And I haven't been as strict on my eating over that time. I want to get back to where I'm losing weight consistently, but I have made some progress and do feel better. I've also been able to do a couple of fun rounds over the last few weeks. I've played twice now at Maple Hill. One weekend I went over and played Pyramids, that's the course kind of across the street, and then played Maple Hill. It was still snowy. It was probably a bad idea. Maple Hill, a couple of those hills at Maple Hill were just straight ice, and I did not have the proper shoes for it. You needed spikes basically to go through it, but I made it without twisting my ankle, which was pretty fortunate given the conditions, but still super fun. I'm going to be doing a course review of Maple Hill and a couple other courses coming up soon. But Maple Hill's always a treat to play. I probably well deserved to be the number one rated course in the world according to UDisc ratings. They came out this year. Maple Hill took the number one spot. It is a fantastic course, and I'm super lucky that I'm only about an hour 15-minute drive away from it. But course reviews are something I'm going to start doing on this channel. I've also been tracking and signing up for tournaments. My goal is to play at least a dozen tournaments. I think I'm registered for 10-ish and on the wait list for a couple more, and then there's a few others I'm going to register that haven't opened up the registration yet, more for the late summer and fall. So I think I'm definitely going to play at least a dozen tournaments this year. I'm signing up in all of them in the AM2, so the intermediate division, except for one where there were so many signups they literally divided the tournament in half, made a second tournament, but I was forced to then sign up in the AM1, the advanced division, because I was already registered for a tournament on the day they moved the intermediate side to. So I'm like, well, just throw me in advanced. I want to play the course. That's going to be at the Top of the Hill course, which is the number one rated course in New Hampshire, which I have not yet played. So I'm super excited. My first tournament coming up is just in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to try to get to the course. It's up in New Hampshire. I haven't played it before. Looks interesting, looks technical and fairly short, which I think I perform better than the field on those than the longer courses, at least from my very limited sample size. But I want to get a good feel for it, make sure I know what the lines are, and hopefully we'll start off the year with a good showing at that course. So as I mentioned, what to expect from these videos. I'm going to be doing a weekly vlog, at least trying to do a weekly vlog of what I've been doing, usually with some kind of video analysis or update on what I've been practicing or how any new insights I've gained from watching various people who know what they're talking about, and how my practice is going. So far, my system is that I'm putting every day. I'm doing the Perfect Putt 360 app every day as much as I can. I missed a couple of days, and just a couple days ago hit my best score ever, a 177, which I was very excited about. I feel more in control of my putting, and I feel like from maybe 18 feet in, I feel extremely confident that I should make the putt. I'm probably about 80 to 90% there and want to get 90+%, and I'm on my way there. Once I hit about 23 to 25 feet, it looks not as confident. Like, that's the point where I'm like, okay, this is a difficult putt, and my mental state is that, okay, this is like a 50 to 60% make. And once I get past 30 feet to edge of circle, I'm hoping I make it, but I'm not expecting to necessarily, which is an improvement over just a month and a half ago where the 20 footers looked incredibly daunting, and now the 20 footers look like what the 15-foot putts used to look like. So I recommend the app. I think it's good just to throw 100 putts a day and get that practice out. I think I've nailed down the form I want to nail down. It's as long as I can execute that form, I can make the putts from any in the circle distance. You will also be seeing that I've had a couple of conversations with my mom, who I'm introducing to the game. She is excited about disc golf. We went and actually watched two Maple Hill Pro tournaments ago, so like a year and a half ago, we went to watch the MVP Open, which was super fun. And that's when soon after I had just gotten back into disc golf. And she's recently retired, and she has some property. She lives on 3 acres, and so I got her some discs, some starter discs. She's got herself a basket, and we sat down, and we are gonna record the process of me teaching her the things I wish I had learned at first, right off the bat, and see how she does it. That's super fun. And then finally, the last thing I'm definitely going to be doing is some course reviews. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a review of Maple Hill. I'm going to be doing a review of my local course, the closest course to me, which is a little 9-hole course over in Peabody. And I think course design is super interesting. I really love exploring course design in ball golf. And I think there's so much history there and so many interesting things going on with course design there. If you haven't looked at the website, The Fried Egg, they talk about course architecture, and I think it's super fascinating. And I also think that disc golf course design is at the very beginning. Like, there is so much more that can be done with disc golf course design that's barely getting tapped into. But I'll record another video where I go into that more thoroughly. Now let's look at my throwing motion from about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and let's see how it is. Looking at it, it's hideous, but I'm going to show you what's up. So here is me. I was doing practice. You'll see that it's just starting to snow. This is a field near my house that I can go to throw, and I had just watched a video from, I believe, Foundation Disc Golf, where they were talking about the angle at which you step with your plant foot, that it shouldn't be pointed towards the target as much as it should be perpendicular to it. And I noticed that I had been making that mistake, so I was going out and practicing that plant foot step. So I want to show you my throw. So this is what I'm practicing, getting the foot down like that, along with the reach back. Yeah, I'm talking to the camera, but the audio ended up being horrible. It was too windy, so I'm going to talk over it. And, yeah, trying to get that pivot in there. You see the snow falling. That looked fairly smooth. I think I even impressed myself. I still got the shaggy Sasquatch look, mountain man. And my finger was injured at the time. The finger injury took forever to resolve, and finally, that finger's not bothering me anymore. Okay, now I'm pulling out my mids. I want to highlight a couple things. First of all, so this is just one step, and I think this is a pretty good... Yeah, I play it, but even when I'm practicing, look, that toe should be tucked more, should be tucked in a bit more, like that direction, or at least that direction, not out here, right? That should be tucked in, and that's what I'm trying to practice. I think I've gotten it better. I want to record another video now that I'll probably do next vlog with my run-up, and I think I'm doing that foot better, but honestly, my grip, I've since changed to more of a power grip, because I noticed when watching this video, look at my finger on the rim. I don't intend to have my finger on the rim. Somehow that just happened, and I don't quite know why. But, I mean, that looks decent. I've got my arm away from my body. I've got the hip and shoulder turn. It's being restricted by my leg a bit. And let's advance it again. I got my knee. The one thing is the angle of the disc right here. That shouldn't be at this angle, I believe. Look at my face. Or rather, please don't look at my face. I didn't know that's what I look like. I'm getting the right angle on the arm, which I think is supposed to be a good thing, and then the push off on the back leg. So I think this is decent. Look at that. I do flatten the disc out by the end. And it comes out on a little slight hyzer, which is what I want to do with that disc. That's my compass. I've got the full-on throwing face. Look at that. Or huck face, I believe it's called. Which, yeah, there we go. I put my all into that one, and then I follow through. And that looks okay. Okay, yeah. I think that looks okay. I mean, I thought I was rounding more, and that's what I was going to talk about. Maybe that was just a particularly... See, that one looked like I was rounding more. Let's pause it. Oops, no. We already threw that one, the second one. I don't think my motion's particularly smooth. Okay, pause this. Pull out. Oh, that's a practice. And then, of course... Oh, that one, I planted my foot better. I still have that angle up. I guess I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Man, my hair was crazy. I let it grow another couple of weeks after that. It's fine. It's pandemic hair. I come across. I don't love that motion. I don't know. I don't know if that's good or not. Again, the angle is super nose down at this point. I guess I do fix it by the release. Man, I look like I'm in pain. I do fix it by the release, but I wonder if that's a little bit of an air bounce effect I'm putting on there. Maybe too small to matter. Okay, that's fine. Let's look at another video where I do more of a run-up. All right, so now I'm getting to the situation where I think I'm doing a 3-step here to try to implement it. Let's watch how this putter throw goes. I really cranked on that one. Again, talking to the camera. Oh, look at the snow falling. Yeah, it looks nice. My breath. That one looked, I think, a bit better. It was more controlled. It still doesn't look smooth to me. Like, I feel like I'm really forcing it. And I think that's what I've improved on. So let's go frame by frame. It's kind of a big X step, isn't it? I don't know. I know so little. Like, regular ball golf, I know more about the swing than I'm able to implement. Like, I'm actually a better teacher than I am a player at ball golf, and I want to get that level of technical precision and knowledge in disc golf so that I know more than I'm able to actually execute. I like how they say you're supposed to, like, move around the disc. Look how stable the disc is until I plant. Oh, look at that. This is the opposite of what I was trying to do. My foot's way out pointed that way. And there's just so much movement, lateral movement, before I start moving my hand. And I don't feel like that's a good thing. I feel like I'm wasting that lateral movement at that point. That's also very wide, I think. I do get the right angle in there. I'm hitting what I believe what's called the power pocket. Decently. Flat, little Anheuser. Oh, that came out wobbly. Look at that. That came out real wobbly. I don't know. That's not as bad as I thought. Let's find the next one. I feel like I'm rounding, though. And maybe, though, that's you can't really see it with that angle. And I think I'll explain in a bit what I've been working on since. Sorting my discs, finding what I got there. Oh, this is my roller disc. I'm sure that rolled, even though I released it on hyzer. I feel like this swing... Whoops. What am I doing? This swing is... I say swing. This throwing motion is wasting so much lateral movement. Because, look, I get it there. I'm leaving the disc there. Look at that. The disc is staying in the same spot. I get the plant, and there's so much lateral movement. And look at that angle on it. That should be flat, I believe, at that point. And it gets flattish, but look, that's wobbling. And I'm already out. So maybe, I don't know. I gotta look at it a bit more. I feel like this is rounding. And what I've been doing, let's watch one more to practice. Here's my favorite mid, my MD. See how this one looks in real time. I definitely grip lock that. You could see that go off to the right. That seemed bad. and it doesn't seem quick. My throwing motion seems labored here, and I'm hoping it looks better now. Because I found, I can't remember the video, but it talked about how, let me demonstrate here. You pull back, okay, you pull back, and when you rotate the shoulders, the arm naturally goes into that spot. So if you just rotate the shoulders, it kind of just, your arm naturally bends. And so I've just been working on keeping a very loose arm and letting the shoulders get that snap instead of trying to throw it with the arms. I think I'm putting too much on the arms here and not leaving them loose enough. They're too tight, and that's why it looks so labored. So I want to go out again, probably for next vlog. I want to record myself again, both from this angle and the back angle, because I want to see how much I'm rounding. I think that's a problem. I think I'm losing a lot of distance from rounding, but that's something I can get to at a different time. And I want to see if I look more loose, if I look smoother now than I did at this time based on my practice. I hope so. I feel like I'm throwing it much, much better than I was here. I'm throwing it further, I'm throwing it straighter, I'm throwing it more relaxed, so I'm hoping it's visible. Let's look now at my forehand real quick, because I've also been working on that. So what I think I was working on here was reaching back further, which, now that I've watched other videos, is not what you want to do. So I think I was just practicing the wrong thing here. And I'm trying to reach back, but there's some things. First of all, I'm switching back to a two-finger forehand grip. I had it for a while, and I kept turning discs over, flipping over to the left. And I think I then switched back to one finger and I was able to get more control, but I think I lose a lot of power that way. And I think the one finger, so only one finger touching the rim, just the index finger on the inside of the disc, I think I lose power that way. And I think it was a Band-Aid. It was helping me get past bad form, but retaining the bad form. But I also have a bit of a handicap here in that when I was younger, I broke my wrist, and I broke the bone directly below my wrist right here. And so if you look at it, I don't know if you can see, you can look at it, there's a certain angle you can look at it from, and it's bent a bit. And what it does is it hurt my rotational ability. Like, this is the furthest I can flip over this hand. And then if you look at my other hand here, I can rotate it much, like probably 20, 30 degrees more, probably 20 degrees more. And when you throw a forehand, you want to keep that palm up, right, on your release, but that's exactly the rotation that my arm is limited in. I can't rotate, I can't over-exaggerate it very much. I can twist my hand around, but not my arm. And so I was thinking, well, maybe I just have to adapt the grip to make up for this handicap. But I was practicing today out in the field and realized I was just throwing it incorrectly. But I think I do some good things here. So I get the step. I like the little Nate Sexton hop to emulate here. I don't know if that left arm is supposed to be out that far. I was trying to reach back farther. This seems, I mean, decent. I'm stepping. I think that's the correct angle for the foot, and I think I get a pretty good snap on here. The problem is, look at the angle of the disc here. That should be more flat, and what's happening is I'm putting on this crazy Anheuser angle. I get decent flexibility in terms of my wrist and my elbow here. I mean, that looks pretty good here, but I mean, look at what is changing in terms of the way the disc is pointing frame to frame. And I think that's that one finger grip that's hurting me there. But I end up getting a decent snap. But look at that. It goes from being hyzer to Anheuser in one frame. And that, I think, goes off to the right. So I think I have a lot of work to do with my forehand. But I made a breakthrough today. I was feeling the snap more, feeling it wasn't so much of an arm thing. It was, yeah, see, that just so much arm. And just like the backhand, it looks so labored. And I think that's what I need to work on, is making it smoother, snappier, especially with the forehand. And I was able to throw even some like forehand hyzer flips with my Roadrunner. In fact, granted, it was on a tailwind, but I was able to release it on hyzer and have it flip up to flat, which was really cool. So I don't want to show you too much of the forehand there, but this is a point of comparison where we can compare. Once I record again for next week, we'll see, maybe I'll put up a side-by-side thing, and we can watch how my form has changed over the last few weeks. So that's it for today. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe if you find this interesting. In just a few days, I think I'll be doing my in the bag. I'm going to show you what discs I'm working with right now, and you'll find out there. And we got some course reviews. We got some more throw analysis and more updates on my progress. And then in just a couple of weeks, hopefully, if I get off the wait list, some progress on my first tournament of the year. Thanks for watching, everybody, and see you next time.